I don't care how high of a fever you've got. You have to come to my parents' house for Christmas.
There is just no way I can make it. I feel so exhausted. I can't even get out of bed. My fever was up to 104 the last time I checked.
I'm sure you'll be fine by tomorrow. Stop being so dramatic.
I've been feeling pretty bad for a while now. I don't think it's going to get any better tomorrow.
Well, I don't care if you're feeling better or not. You don't have a choice in the matter. You have to come to my parents for Christmas.
Why can't you just go over there without me? I'm sure they'll still be happy to see you for Christmas. Surely they would understand that I'm at home sick.
Fine, I'll cut right to the point. I know you're lying about this. You aren't really sick, are you?
What are you talking about?
You just don't want to come over to my parents' place. That's the only reason you're pretending to be so sick. I am on to you. You can't fool me.
This is not an act. I can't even get out of bed.
Oh, come on. Stop lying to me. How come your fever keeps going up and down lately? There's something very suspicious going on. It seems like you only come down with a fever when it's convenient for you. Stop trying to trick me.
Look, I don't know what's going on either. Do you think I want to be like this? I went to the doctor to get checked out.
And what did the doctor say, huh? Enlighten me.
She said she thinks it must be stress. She couldn't find any other explanation.
Oh, come on. How can you be stressed out? I take care of everything for you.
Housewives can get stressed out too. It's not like I'm just sitting around doing nothing all day, you know?
Must be nice. How would you feel if I told you I had a fever every day? How would we survive then? If you can come down with a fever just because of stress, then how come I don't have one? Do you know how stressful it is to be around you all the time?
If you're so angry with me anyway, why do you even want me to come? Why can't you just go by yourself?
Somebody has to help out around the house, and it's not gonna be me.
Why do I have to help her out? Around your parents' house? I am a guest.
Why wouldn't you have to help out around the house? You're my wife. It's your duty.
If I were feeling better, I really wouldn't mind doing that, but there's absolutely no way I can do anything in this current state I'm in. What do you want me to do about it? It's not my fault.
I knew it. It's just like my mom always said about you. I've let you get way too spoiled.
Is that really what she thinks about me? Did she really say that?
She knows that I'm working hard to provide for us every day, and she knows that all you do is lay around the house and do nothing. Why wouldn't she have a low opinion of you? You should expect her to not always say the nicest things about you.
But you told me you wanted me to stay at home and be a housewife. You wanted me here to take care of everything around the house for you.
I thought you were feeling all wiped out from your fever. How do you still have the energy to defy me like this?
I'm just lying here in bed. I can't even stand up.
If you're feeling well enough to play with your phone, you're feeling well enough to come to my parents' house for Christmas. Like I told you, you don't have a choice in the matter.
Why won't you believe me? Why do you have to be this way?
You're the one who needs to cut it out. I told you you can't fool me. Now just drop the act and get out of bed. Everybody knows the real reason why you don't want to come. You're not fooling any of us. We all know that you don't like my mom. I know that you're just trying to avoid seeing her. That's what this is all about.
There is some truth to that. I don't know how to talk to your mom at all.
And whose fault is that? It's your problem that you don't know how to talk to my mother. She's such a sweet lady.
I don't think that's fair to say. She's never been very sweet to me. If she would just treat me like a human being, I'm sure it would be a lot easier to talk to her.
What are you talking about? That's my mom you're talking about.
Your parents have a dog too, right?
Yeah, why are you bringing him into this? What did he ever do to you?
Do you not remember what happened last time I went to your parents' house? When it was time to eat, your mom gave my food to their dog, and then she served me a plate full of dog food. You remember, right?
Why are you still so upset about that? It was just a joke.
She always does things like that to me every time I go to her house. I hate being there.
That's just her sense of humor. You don't need to take it so seriously.
Well, that's not the only time, though. Remember when we were over there last winter? How she locked me in the shed in the backyard? It was freezing out. I could have got hypothermia or worse.
She said she didn't mean to lock the door like that. It was just an accident.
That That was no accident. She absolutely knew I was still in there.
Hey, that is my mom you're talking about. You better cut it out right now. I don't want to hear you casting doubt on her like that. She would never lie to me.
What do you mean casting doubt? I know for sure that she did it on purpose.
You better shut your mouth.
Your mom has always hated me. Surely you must know that too, right?
Here you go with your victim complex again. You're such a pain in the butt.
I feel like my fever is getting worse. It must be the stress.
If it keeps going up from 104, you're probably gonna die. Your brain's about to start melting.
I do feel like I might die. Don't you care at all?
I've already got a plot to bury you in. What's to worry about?
Can't believe you would laugh when your wife is so deathly ill like this. What is wrong with you?
I don't want you dying in that house. I'm still gonna have to live there, so you absolutely have to come to my parents' place for Christmas.
Even if I make it over there, there's no way I'm going to be able to even move.
Fine, whatever. You just need to listen to what I say, woman.
Oh my God. My name is Tina, and I'm 32 years old. Right now, it feels like my body is failing me. I've never felt so bad in my life. My husband and I have been married for 2 years. He has some very backwards ideas about what a marriage is. He's convinced that a wife needs to obey her husband's every word. He's gotten a lot worse since we got married, too. He's always trying to boss me around. I'm having a harder and harder time dealing with this attitude these days. I don't know how much longer I can take it. Lately, I've even started to think about getting divorced, but I just can't get up the courage to leave him and go out on my own. That's why I've stayed with him for as long as I have. No one could have seen what was coming next, though. I hadn't yet realized just how dangerous of a situation I was in. Hey, Dave, where are you?
I'm out drinking with one of my old friends from elementary school. What's the problem?
Your mom asked me to go pick up some things from the grocery store, but there's no way I can do it right now. I still feel awful. I need you to take care of it.
Are you out of your mind? Stop being such a spoiled brat. I've got plans, I just told you.
I told you that even if I made it to your parents' house, there's no way I would be able to move. Don't you believe me?
I thought your fever had gone down. You must be feeling better now.
It's down to 102. I still feel terrible.
That's great news. At least it's not 104 anymore, right? That's when your brain starts to melt.
It doesn't mean I feel any better. You have to believe me.
I keep telling you to drop the act. We all know that you're not really sick. Just go to the store and get the things that my mom asked you to.
But it's snowing outside and I still feel awful. Why don't you believe me?
I know it's snowing. I'm out here driving around in it. It's getting pretty nasty out here. You better go before it gets worse.
You're driving? I thought you said you were going out drinking. And why are you drinking in the morning anyway?
We're way out in the country now, though. They're not gonna pull me over for drunk driving.
That's not even the problem. You can't do that. It's dangerous. Especially in the snow.
I don't want to hear another word from you, woman. You better shut your mouth right now.
If you took the car out, how am I supposed to go shopping anyway? We don't have any other way to get around. The closest grocery store to here would take me at least half an hour to walk to. There's no way I'll ever make it.
Oh, stop lying. You can walk 30 minutes and you know it.
I am telling you, I can't do it.
You really don't want to do it. Why don't you try telling that to my mom?
I did tell her, but you know her. She just told me to stop being spoiled.
And she's absolutely right. Now get up out of that bed.
Why are you treating me like this? I'm a guest at your parents' house. Why can't I just rest up when I have this horrible fever? What's so crazy about that?
Whenever I used to get sick, my mom always rushed to my side. She always took such great care of me. Her chicken noodle soup is the best I've ever tasted, and she would always make sure that I was eating plenty of fruit to get all the vitamin C that I needed to get better.
So how can she be so cold to your wife? Why can't she do the same for me?
I keep telling you this, but you refuse to listen. We all know that you're just faking this. My mom knows too. Why would she take care of you when you're not really sick?
But I'm not faking it. Why do you refuse to believe me?
I already told my mom to watch out for you too. I told her that you were just faking this fever so that you could slack off. She knows what you're up to.
Watch me take my temperature and you can see for yourself. I'll show you the thermometer.
Do you think that would trick me? I know you're up to something. You must have figured out how to fake your temperature.
Why can't you believe your own wife? What have I ever done to deserve this?
Well, no, I can't believe you. Why should I?
Why did you ever marry me in the first place? I don't understand why you're treating me this way.
What's gotten into you? Are you saying that you want a divorce?
I have to admit, I have been thinking about it a little bit these days.
You have no job and no money. What would you do without me? You know that you would never be able to survive.
I know that.
Just look at your own mom. She's so weak and sickly. But somehow she's able to survive on her own. But you can't even do that.
She's so tough. She never bothers us for anything at all. I really love her.
Maybe you could learn to be a little bit more like her. Now get out of that bed and go shopping. Why can't you be good for something once in your life?
Fine. I'll go do this grocery shopping.
Make sure you get enough for all 5 of us. You got that?
What are you talking about? There are 6 of us.
Oh, I forgot all about you. I didn't think you needed anything.
Oh my God.
Well, you better get it done right.
Your mom's beating on the door, telling me to hurry up and get it going. I'll be on my way, I guess.
Yeah, you better. Do something useful for once in your life. Where have you been all day? What are you doing? You better get back here right this minute. It's already dark out. I've been out drinking with my friends all day, so I am fine. But my parents have been waiting at home for you to bring the groceries back. They're starving. Why haven't you come back yet? Are you listening to me, woman? You better hurry up and answer me right now. I can't believe you're doing this to me. Here I was just out trying to have a good time with my buddies, and you have to go and ruin everything. Don't think you're gonna be off the hook when you get home. There is plenty of more work for you to do.
You need to cut that out right this second.
Finally. You finally choose to answer me, huh?
You're never going to hear another word from Tina ever again.
Huh? Then who's this?
This is her mother. How dare you do this to her?
Huh? Melinda? Is that really you?
I read through all the texts you've been sending her. I can't believe you. How could you treat your own wife this badly? What in the world is wrong with you?
What? It's just a little spat between a married couple. It's not that big a deal. But hold on a minute. Why are you answering me from her phone? Are you here in Indiana?
Yes, I am. I got a call and I caught the first flight I could get myself on.
I can't believe Tina's being so dramatic. Just 'cause she has some little fever, she needs to go and call her mom, huh? What is she, 8 years old? Why can't she just grow up and learn to take care of herself?
She didn't call me herself. The police are the ones who called me.
What did she get herself into? What, did she get caught shoplifting at the grocery store or something?
How dare you say that about her? She just took her last breath.
Huh?
She collapsed in the snow and was laying there by herself for about 2 hours, they think. Some cops driving by just happened to find her. They called her an ambulance and it got there as fast as it could, but it was too late. She was too weak and had been out there in the cold for too long.
Is this some kind of sick joke? You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
Do you really think I would play some kind of joke like this?
No, I suppose you wouldn't.
And now to find out that she'd been running a high fever for all this time. How could you send her out when she was in such a fragile state?
Are you telling me that she wasn't faking it? She was really sick?
I've never felt so sad in my life. My beloved daughter is gone.
I understand.
She was only 32. She was still so young. She had so much of her life left to live.
Yes, she was still so young.
It was Christmas Eve, and I got a call from my daughter's cell phone. I figured she was just calling to wish me a Merry Christmas. Instead, it was the police with that horrible news for me. How could you possibly understand how I feel?
I do understand.
There's no way you could possibly understand. You're the one who's been treating her so terribly. You never cared about her at all. She was always telling me she wished she could just break up with you.
I wasn't that bad.
I told her maybe she should just hang in there and see if things got better. Why did I give her such terrible advice? This was the biggest mistake I ever made. I should have told her to divorce you right away.
No.
Just look at these text messages. You and your mother are the worst people I've ever met in my life. How could you do this to my daughter?
I'm so sorry.
Do you really think that I'm going to forgive you just because you apologize now? You're saying you're sorry isn't going to bring my daughter back. She is gone. Forever.
But she was grown up. She should have taken better care of herself. It was her responsibility.
Do you think that all adults can just be healthy every day of their whole lives? How could you possibly blame her for this? Have you never caught a cold since you've been an adult? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, I'm not saying that.
You know exactly whose fault this is. I am never going to forgive you for this.
It was all my mother's fault. She shouldn't have forced Tina to go shopping when she was feeling so sick.
You better stop trying to shift all the blame onto your mother right this second. Both of you are responsible for taking my daughter from me. I took my responsibility as a mother very seriously, but you were her husband. Didn't you think that you should protect your own wife?
You're right.
I keep feeling angry one second and broken-hearted the next. I feel like I'm about to lose my mind. I don't know how I'm going to get through this. You seem so perfectly calm. Don't you care at all that your wife is dead?
I think it just hasn't sunk in yet. I can't believe she's gone.
Well, let it sink in. She's really gone. You'll never see her again.
I understand.
I am going to make sure that you and your mother both pay for this. I won't let you get away with this.
Why me? I'm not the one who was directly telling her to go out there in the snow. That was all my mother's fault.
The mental abuse you've been piling on her for all this time is definitely enough for me to file a civil suit against you.
Please don't do that to me. I'm sure we can work this out some other way.
Why would I ever forgive you? I have to do this, for Tina's sake too. I want to see both your lives ruined for this.
Do you really think that's what Tina would want? I'm sure she would want us to go on and live happy lives.
Actually, I got a text from her just before she lost consciousness. Do you know what it said?
What did it say?
I can't take it anymore. I can't stay with Dave for another day. I hope he understands how hopeless he's made my life.
Ugh.
Those were her last words. Maybe she knew she was going to die. Maybe she wanted you to feel like it was all your fault.
You're just imagining that. That was nothing more than an accident.
You think this was an accident?
Please, calm down, Melinda.
No matter how long you try to run away from this, I will never let you get away. I will make you pay.
You're beginning to scare me.
I mean it. This is my life's mission now. I am going to call your office up and tell your boss exactly what you did to my daughter.
Why did you have to do that?
You know that I've known your boss for a long time, right? I'm sure I told you before. We went to high school together. I'm sure he'll believe his old friend.
I completely forgotten about that.
I already tried to reach out to him.
Please don't do that. You'll ruin my reputation. I was about to get a promotion. There's no way that will happen if he finds out about this. Why would they do this to me?
If people like you aren't held responsible, then more people will end up like Tina did. I have to stop you.
That's not true. What does that have to do with my promotion anyway?
Listen to yourself. Your own wife just died. But you haven't even said that you're on your way or anything. All you're thinking about is yourself.
I've been out drinking all day.
I can't believe you. I will have my revenge on you and your family.
Please stop.
My daughter is never coming home again.
I'm so sorry.
You're going to have to live with this for the rest of your life. I loved my mom. She always took such great care of me. I feel so bad that I left this world before her. No one should have to bury their children. She didn't deserve to have to go through that. I'm so thankful that she was my mom. Even now that I'm gone, she's still angry for me. She's still fighting for me. She did exactly what she said she was going to do, too. She hired a lawyer and sued Dave and his mother for wrongful death. Of course, she won the case. She would never have accepted any other outcome. Dave and his mother were both forced to pay huge settlements to my mother. Just when Dave thought he was getting ahead at his job, everything got turned on its head. He didn't get that promotion he had been promised. They actually fired him on the spot instead. My mother ended up getting about $200,000 each from them, but she didn't spend a penny of it on herself. She gave all of it to a local women's shelter. She didn't want anybody else to feel trapped in their marriage like I was. She wanted women to have a place to go where they can feel safe. I hope I see her again one day. I am doing my best to live up to her expectations, even here in my next life. I hope she would be proud of me if she could see me, and I hope other women can learn to have the courage that I never did. No one should have to die the way that I did. No man should be able to scare you into throwing away your own life like that. I pray that no one has ever had to suffer the same fate that I did again. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and let us know what you thought in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this and press the bell for notifications.